One of the ways I can tell if someone's worked with a trainer or, if they're new to the gym is how they warm up. And when I see people do like static stretches like this one before they're working out, that's how I know that they are new to working out, or the last time they exercised was in high school, because that's how they taught us how to do stuff, like in elementary and high school. So there's nothing wrong with this type of stretching right here. We call this static stretching, where you're static, you don't move. Nothing wrong with those. However, if you are going to do these kind of stretches where there's no movement, it's just a stretch, save those for the end of your workout. What we want to do, especially if you're an adult over 30 or anybody that has been in the workforce for a certain amount of time, any amount of time, you're going to want to do warm-ups that mimic the movement you're doing. We call those dynamic stretches. So instead of, if I wanted to stretch my quads out, instead of just holding and stretching it like this, if I know I'm going to be doing weighted lunges today, the best way to warm up for a weighted lunge, you guessed it, a body weight lunge. And for my clients who are newer to working out and can't necessarily start off with something like a body weight lunge, it's when you get stuff like this. And you would warm up like this until you're able to do body weight lunges on your own. Same could be done like this. Obviously, you're not going to get all the way down. For some of my clients, this is where they would start. And over time, we would work on getting enough leg strength to be able to let that back knee drop. Another way you would warm up, let's say your upper body. Instead of just taking my arm across my chest and stretching my tricep, you might warm up your triceps. That could be done something like an assisted push-up to prepare you for real push-ups. It could be something on the TRX to go ahead and get your tricep muscles ready. Some go-to warm-ups that I use, and all my clients use. Let's start from the upper body and work our way down. When my clients walk in, they know to grab one of these stretchy bands and start with some shoulder dislocates. Shoulder injuries are pretty common for adults, either a torn, a rotator cuff, something like that, and it's usually because most people's shoulder muscles are weak because they don't train them. So I want to make sure that your shoulder joint, which is a ball and socket joint, can go through its full range of motion. Not only that, a lot of your back exercises are dependent on your shoulder mobility and your shoulder blades' ability to come to the center. So in addition to those shoulders, Rihanna just hopped on in my ear and it was so loud and I want it gone. All right, another thing that I would have people do to warm up, speaking of shoulders, is wrap a band around a pole and bring their shoulder blades into the middle of their back in what we call like a row fashion. And the way that you place your hands when you're doing rows will accentuate or activate different parts of the back. For now, just focus on taking your elbows behind your body and squeezing your shoulder blades together. You can also do this from a different angle up here. From this angle, your focus would be taking your shoulder blades from up here down. So when my arms are in the air like this, my shoulder blades are up. And when I pull my elbows down, my shoulder blades come down. Another go-to warm-up that my clients know to do as soon as they come in, I call them walking pelicans. Don't ask why, I'm a Florida girl. Stretches for the hamstring. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Another go-to is going to be something for knees. For my adult clients as a warm-up is going to be terminal knee extensions, TKEs. I like to think of it as a nice way to lube up the joints, especially the knee. So especially during winter season, sometimes adults will come in and their knees will feel all crunchy. So I want you to wrap the band around a pole, take a step back to where you can feel some resistance, stand up straight, and the knee that has the band around it, I want you to lift the heel off the floor, then place the knee on the floor and lock your knee out, or the heel on the floor and lock your knee out. When I do these, I hear like a snap, crackle, pop. I usually do about 12 to 15 of these. If my knees need what I call a little lube, meaning when I go to squat or lunge, they don't feel like they're with the shits that morning, this is a gentle nudge, like, yes, the fuck you are. Okay.